Hello everyone and welcome to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here to discuss the Traitors UK Series 4, Episode 4. It's one of those. Like,
Serendipity.
Like ABBA.
How's that like ABBA? Oh, because you can
There's
do
a
it one
word.
way or the other.
Yeah,
It's
4-4.
4-4. No,
There's a
you're
word
thinking
for
of a
it.
word where you can spell it one way and the other. I do know the word. Palindrome? I think it's a palindrome.
Isn't that where you
Comment
race?
underneath and let us know. No,
You race around a palindrome on a bike.
No.
Okay. Well, it's one of those. It's Series 4, Episode 4.
4. And it's probably going to be known for forevermore as the Reveal the Secret Traitor episode.
Yeah.
You can finally breathe, everyone. We now know who the Secret Traitor is. Obvious
Don't I
Secret
feel like
Traitor.
a fool?
Well, is obvious Secret Traitor obvious? That's what we'll be discussing and more
Yes.
on today's podcast. But before we go any further, we've got a bit of housekeeping to do. First of all, we need to let you know that you can get in touch with us by finding our link tree. It's got all the links to finding us on social media, but also watching us on YouTube, Spotify, or listening to us at any of your favourite podcast apps. And that's by going to linktr.ee/faithful2. And don't forget, if you are watching us on YouTube or Spotify, you can comment underneath the videos. We read every single one of your comments. We try to reply to as many as we can. If we don't read them out on the show, it doesn't mean we've not read them. But we do try to intertwine them in our conversations. And of course, if you like the podcast and you like listening and you want to help us monetarily, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, just like
The Pulp Tour did. That's their username.
Hot.
Long time, first time, and a big fan. FYI, I'm in New Zealand, and I walk to work, not ride a bike.
Brilliant.
Getting all the
Keeping the
things out of
joke
way.
alive.
Yep.
Keeping the joke alive.
You're a real fan. You have to say that if you are.
You are a real fan.
After episode 3, I suspect Ellie is the secret traitor. The one time they didn't pointedly play the gasp sound effect was when she inexplicably used the phrase secret traitor. I could be wrong, but to me it felt like the first genuine clue that wasn't a cheeky mislead. Well,
Was it?
all these misleads, you see. Go back to episode 1, everyone, and I actually just don't watch it because I was adamant that I was so,
Watch episode 1, everyone. Actually, just
no,
don't.
because I was so adamant that it wasn't it couldn't be Fiona because it was too obvious. I did that classic faithful
call you out.
move.
This
I'm
is
faithful. I did that classic faithful move of trying to be too smart.
But then, ironically, the person who got voted off of the Roundtable was voted off because it was so obvious it had to be them. So that's the thing. If you think about it, it's done very well. They chose a secret traitor who was so obvious it just couldn't be. But then at the Roundtable, they chose someone who was so obviously a traitor it had to be, and they weren't.
It wasn't. I know.
The twists and turns we get on this show.
Nutmeg House Bear bought us a gold coin. Congratulations to producer Charlie on his well-deserved retirement after 251 episodes. If you listen to the end of last week's episode, you will know that we did announce producer Charlie's retirement, although we have had to book him on for 3 extra episodes as self-employed, which he's now charging triple.
He's charging a lot of money, and he sat next to me on the chair, but then decided he'd had enough of the chair, and now he's gone off to drink. So we are a bit worried about his drinking problem. But
that's why we were
keeping an eye on
laughing
it
as the intro music played, because Charlie started drinking when it started playing, as he always does. Enjoy a few extra treats and gratitude for your service. And finally, Catherine bought gold coins. Love the podcast. Thanks for keeping me company as I try and get more steps in the new year. Another person who listens to us while they walk. Was giggling my head off on my walk when listening along to the Mount Ben/Ben Nevis confusion. Great content, insights, and many a laugh. Along the way, all the best wishes to producer Charlie.
Yes, well.
Basically, we just have to mention that producer Charlie maybe leaving the show, and all of a sudden
everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. So. No, we are very grateful. Thank you to everyone who's given us a coffee this week. And as we say, if you want to donate, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can see all the info of how to do it. So, right,
you ready?
Yep.
Hey, they all come to chat a load of bollocks.
Thank you.
That's Jessie talking about us on the podcast, by the way. Jessie,
here we are.
Here we are. So, hi, Jessie. Hope you're well. Let's talk about the secret traitor twist ? Because it's
taken over the nation.
It felt. I don't think everyone feels the same way as us on this one, but I think both you and I did the. But it was more of a kind of like, okay, so that was it, was it? And it just felt a bit anticlimactic. It just didn't feel like
Fiona felt like the obvious choice, and it's like, well, why is she the one? Why did you pick her? There were so many other amazing people were making TikTok careers off of this with their whiteboards. There were so many other better theories. It's like Stranger Things, the final episode all over again.
I'm telling you, Stranger Things, there is a final episode and it's coming out. By the time this is out, it's out.
No, it's not.
There's an episode 9.
No, there's not.
And they lost.
But it felt a bit like that. Like people were getting so in their heads in the UK about who the secret traitor is, and they were going through people's Instagram accounts and finding handwriting, finding letters that they'd written in the 1960s and comparing them to the J on a letter, and it's like
there were spider diagrams. I actually genuinely saw someone who had the list of all the names and crosses and lines saying how they're people. We were advised to watch a podcast with our friend
Annabelle.
Annabelle, she's done
Gone
a
too soon.
podcast. She was gone too soon on the Australian series. No spoiler there. And
Series 2, the infamous
don't spoil
one.
it, Ben.
Infamous.
And she said, well, if they're in the car, then it can't be them, and if it says that, then the other. So this got deep. This got very, very deep. And so when it was revealed it was Fiona, it felt a bit like, well, there was no point of any of that really, was there? It's Fiona. It was obvious. So why did we waste our time and bother? And do you know why we wasted our time?
It was worse than Zoe Slater's stalker.
I just want to find my son.
And Minnie Mo.
Minnie Mo.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, the thing that's annoyed me is because it was so obvious.
But we had fun along the way, is what I want to say. We had fun along the way.
It was so obviously Fiona with her little bits to camera, and it's like, well, it can't be her then. But then, was that what they purposely made it obvious? So no one guessed it? Because I can't remember many people, or people who did guess Fiona. Everyone was like, oh yeah, right, sure.
Oh, but this is it. Everyone said, like, whenever Fiona's name came up, it was like, oh, it'd be great if it was Fiona, but it won't be Fiona. And so I suppose most people are kind of maybe relieved to know that it actually was Fiona. So there's a bit of a hun. I love that everyone uses that term, the hun. And she is, she's kind of like, they've given her the role now as the kind of like the motherly, cheeky, elderly woman.
Well, she's not my hun for the series.
Who's your hun?
It was Judy, but she got rid of.
Not Harriet. Harriet's my hun.
Harriet. Oh yeah, I love Harriet's not quite.
Harriet's
not hun yet. Hun level. Amanda's my hun. I like a firm hun this year.
You like a furry hun.
Firm hun. A firm hung hun.
You're in good hands, Ben.
Amanda's like, I'm a lesbian. None of that.
Bet she's got a few firm huns.
No, that'll be Matthew.
Yes. Why do you love Matthew, don't you? As soon as he comes in the screen, the whole room seems to warm up in this house.
I love his knitwear he wears. He wears lots of thick jumpers, thick cordial trousers. It's all going good.
I think him and Stephen need to have a bit of a shopping trip. They should start their own YouTube channel where they talk about clothing.
UK Queer as Folk, couldn't they?
Queer as Folk?
Yeah.
Queer Eye.
Queer Eye, yeah. What's it called now?
Queer Eye.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, I'm from the 90s. Queer as Folk. Oh, yeah, that's the other one.
That's the other one.
I was thinking of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which is also not that anymore. It's just Queer Eye. Yeah,
it's
they could be in
Queer
the
Eye.
UK Queer Eye country.
Final season of that, or is it? Get those conspiracy theories out there.
Could be.
For me, the interesting part was once Fiona's reveal came and they showed the clips and you saw the bits that we didn't see before, like obviously Claudia giving her the cloak and blah. It was the reaction from Rachel, because I think Rachel at this point thought, oh, you're someone who could be tricky and you're someone I can't quite figure out.
Yeah, because we had the Stephen and Rachel pact the episode before and we were a bit like, oh, exciting, 2 traitors. But this, from breakfast onwards, Stephen, I love Stephen, but I don't think he's going to be able to last.
He's not long for this game.
No, he's not. He shows his panic on his face.
He's so
constant panic.
He's like a lighthouse. Honestly, if you know in Pete's Dragon, the original from the 60s, when the bulb goes out and they have to get the dragon to light the bulb. Well, they don't need that scene anymore. They just need to introduce Stephen to the top of the lighthouse and he could just beam out there so they can bring her home.
Did you use the reference before the 60s? When was that? Sorry, the 80s?
Pete's Dragon is a classic. The remake was not, and I will fight people for that claim.
Okay, well, maybe try to work on a more recent remake for next... reference for next week, maybe. But yeah, Stephen, I don't feel he's going to be long for traitorism. I think he's going to be going. So unfortunately, Rachel's pact with him is a bit of a nothing. And at the same time,
Fiona wants to get rid of her.
Fiona's not a bit wary of Rachel because Rachel didn't save Stephen when she had the chance. So...
Well, again, Stephen did say, although he didn't interrupt Fiona to kind of update her with this information, but Stephen was the one who said, like, put me up for murder or put me up for the list on the murder so it looks less suspicious. We said,
but when they had to pick one of the 9, to stand by and save them.
Oh, when they had to do the challenge,
Rachel didn't pick.
Then again, I think that was a bit of that was a silly thing to kind of pick apart by Fiona, in my opinion. I think that really, just because Rachel didn't go to Stephen didn't necessarily mean that Stephen was safe now.
That's not traitor and traitor, that is.
Yeah, but I don't think,
in Fiona's eyes.
Yeah, but again, Fiona doesn't know the pact between Stephen and Rachel. And also, I don't think Rachel did it thinking, I don't think Rachel did it on purpose thinking that people would believe that Stephen and her would then be classified as traitors. The only one who's really finger-pointing Stephen, even though I agree with you, I don't think Stephen's long for this game anymore, but the only one really finger-pointing is Jessie, because Jessie's kind of obsessed with that. As it was
Jessie
coined,
alone.
No, I'm agreeing with Jessie. Stephen coined the phrase "the Library Five."
Oh yeah.
Enid Blyton beat her heart out.
The new 6.
Oh yeah, yes. And it's, Stephen, Jesse, James, Fiona. Jesse, James. That's from Pokemon. Is that a recent enough
Jesse
reference
and James,
for you?
are they the partnership this year? Jesse and James?
You know who I'm talking about, don't you? From Pokemon.
Yeah, from Pocket. Yeah. Can't talk. Stop.
with
Stop your references.
Catith?
Yes. Team Rocket.
Team Rocket. Jesse James.
They're both dead, haven't they? Haven't they died, the characters?
I don't know, but I can't believe I've only just got to that reference. Anyway, Jesse's obsessed with this.
There's Rachel Stephen as well.
There's Rachel and a Stephen, yes. That she's obsessed with this Library 5, and she's obsessed even more that it has to be Stephen. But no one seems to
shout because she's correct.
She is correct, but no one seems to be kind of like agreeing with her. She's desperately trying to get people on her side. She's said to James about it, and James isn't convinced. She said, I think she's talked to Ellie about it, and Ellie doesn't seem that convinced by it either. But however, we did also get another twist, which is that Ellie, which we all knew also.
Some people may think that you are my partner, Alex.
But Ross says.
Yes. It's always the name Ross, isn't it? You think
had to get that in there. Soundbite tick for this series. Thank you.
You think Ellie would have used that? You think she would have gone like
But Ross is.
But Ross is, yeah. No one thinks I've got a boyfriend outside in the real world, but Ross is.
So yes, we found out another pair, because there's lots of theories going around that all of these contestants are in pairs.
Are linked somehow, yeah.
And the Ross and Ellie one did get found out by some snoops online who... Because Ross and Ellie did quite well. They hid all their photos of them together online. But there was a photo...
That's commitment, isn't it?
Well, there was a photo of Ross on holiday and showed a bit of a hotel swimming pool. And then someone went through Ellie's Instagram and found a picture of her in a hotel that looked like a similar hotel at the similar time. And the sun was in... It's like, oh, okay. They were on holiday together, so they're partners. So that was found out by the sleuths online, unfortunately. But it does bring into the thing of... Is there more pairs?
Which is where I'm leading nicely to. Because did you not notice, or maybe it was just me, but there was a kind of a relationship either blossoming or...
You're going to say...
I am not.
Oh, okay, fine.
However, I do see that as well.
I said that last week as a joke and now I'm serious.
We say it out loud. You don't need to hide it.
Fiona and Reese. I think that's his grandma.
I agree with you.
And I said I said on the last episode, I said it is a joke because they don't have the same accent. But also his job title of Candy... It's like Candy Store.
Sweet Store. We're British, not American.
What is it? Sweet Store.
Supervisor.
Works. Something like that.
Check out,
and
man.
It's like, that, I know it doesn't, that sounds fake to me and I'm thinking he's making that up and I don't know why.
Oh, you think he's going to say I'm actually...
I don't know. Whatever.
A detective. Because there's so many of them in this game.
What's
I don't
Fiona's
think
job?
Reese is too good. Fiona's retired, isn't she?
What was her job before? That's what I mean.
Oh, government official.
There's lots of government people this year. Rachel's a government person. So is Maz.
Maz isn't. Maz is a retired policeman.
Yeah, but now he's a civil servant, it said.
Oh, okay.
Then we've got the barristers, Harriet and Hugo.
Fiona
Amanda's on the police.
Fiona said she works as Amanda. She's a retired detective, but she now works for a charity.
Yes.
Anyway, the two I've noticed seem to be very close to one another in this episode anyway, was James and Harriet. And it wasn't until later on in the episode, I know, it wasn't until later on in the episode when James actually then kind of said something about Harriet derogatory. I then thought, well, maybe not. But then I thought back on myself again and I thought, well, James isn't really shy about just throwing out names and he likes just kind of like playing around with the game. So I think even if they did I think anyone who's linked to James in any way is still in danger that James will point the finger at them and vote them out if he believes that they're a traitor, which to be fair is the right thing to do.
It is. I feel like James will needs to be banished soon, though, because I don't think he's very good at playing a faithful. He's too sporadic, and it's making all the faithful be wary around him and not feel safe to talk, because you don't know what he's going to say, and he tries to say things that don't land, and then everyone around the table feels awkward, and it's not working. So I do feel that James isn't long for the game either.
He got called out by Ross at the Roundtable, which we need to discuss, the very early Roundtable, the breakfast Roundtable, the red breakfast Roundtable.
I mean, God.
I'm coining it.
Being
Trademark.
depressed for a mission or not.
I know.
You have to do this really long filming now for 4 hours in a dark room.
Now you have
and
to
then
do
a mission.
Yeah, now you have to do a mission. I know. In the rain as well, of all things. It was miserable. James was called out by Ross to say that his theories are so all over the place, and he says he has all these ideas and all these thoughts, and that was actually proven when they were at the breakfast table before the round table, when James announced before Reese came into the room that he knows it's Reese and he has solid evidence it's Reese, and he'll
bring
prove
it to the
it at the round table. And that's actually when my hint about Harriet came in, because Harriet then said,
gather your evidence.
Gather your evidence,
like
James.
I told you.
Yeah. My boy. Gather your evidence, my boy. I think that's her son. I'm sticking to it. Okay. And James was basically called out, but no one seemed to really care. So I think James is now at that stage where he began and he was being called out as being a bad faithful, and now everyone just doesn't care. And now they're just letting him linger, and he's going to ride this game now. He won't win.
But I feel like he's the type of person, the type of faithful who's going to mess up another faithful's game. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can just tell the way that he's talking, he's going to mess up Roxy, and it's not going to be her fault. It's going to be because of things that he's saying, and I feel like that's going to be a big domino effect.
No, I don't think so. I think James hasn't got the power. James doesn't have that influence. Hugo. Let's be honest. Ross's game was doomed from the very beginning because of comments that were made by Ben when he was murdered, and wasn't something Hugo said when he was going. Oh no, Hugo pointed a finger at Amanda, but that seems to have kind of been forgotten. Again, Amanda's name has come up a couple of times.
Apart from Jade and Amanda, obviously, with the
Fiona's
heated rivalry between them.
Yes, Jade, that's true. Fiona,
they hate each other but love each other.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Jade and Amanda didn't really do much this episode, really, let's be honest. Amanda voted for Jade again. And she's going to vote for Jade till the day the show ends. Even at the fire pit, I think if Jade and Amanda are going to be left at the end, I think Amanda will still find a way of voting Jade off.
She'll do the green fire pit. She'll be like, Jade.
Yeah.
The colour.
It's still Jade.
Amanda, Jade went about 4 episodes ago. It's Jade.
Jade. I do feel like that Amanda is just stuck on Jade, and I don't know why. Because there's no
Jade
real
today.
But there's no real evidence there. And every time and Jade has kind of said what you're saying is not true. It's incorrect, and this is proven why.
Can we ask as well why Reese in the morning? Everyone was gathered around the family tree with the fingerprint on it.
Oh, Reese.
The one person who saw 2 traitors, Rachel and Stephen, being very obviously being traitors around it, was Reese. And Amanda took him off to the billiards room, and then he never appeared again and didn't mention it. Why? What was going on here?
It's just so frustrating because Reese actually has the evidence. The actual evidence. And even Stephen was like, if Reese says anything, I'm doomed. Because with this and the Library 5 cliche that Jesse's...
Coming to EastEnders Christmas 2026.
Yeah, the flash forward.
The Library 5.
Who murdered them with the book. That, he is in a lot of trouble. And even, Rachel and Fiona said, really, of all 3 of us, Stephen's pretty much getting a lot of stuff burdened onto his shoulders here. But Reese didn't say anything, and it was so frustrating to see Reese. Yeah. I don't know if Reese just didn't think of it.
Or he just didn't know because he was in the other room. But surely they would have talked, it would have come up somewhere in earshot.
Was Reese being deliberately quiet about it because he wanted to because he knew that Stephen was a traitor, so he wanted to keep... We've seen this happen in the past when people were so certain that someone is a traitor, they deliberately keep them in the game because they then keep themselves safe.
Or they're a secret couple. Who knows?
That could be true.
You just don't know on this series who's got an alliance from the outside of the show.
Maybe Fiona, Reese and Stephen are a throuple. That's going to be the twist. Fiona's going to sit there once Reese has been banished and Stephen's been banished, or Reese has been murdered and Stephen's been banished. You're going to have Fiona there saying, I'm going to get Rachel next because she got rid of my throuple. and you'll just see clips of them going back. I love the way that they edit clips back, and you see these clips again from a new light. You know, like when Ross and Ellie were on the train, and it was like
they're bad acting.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're from London, I'm from London too.
So you weren't just awkward on camera; you were just bad actors.
Just bad.
It was like Hollyoaks with the two brothers, wasn't it?
I fear that a few of these may get roles on Hollyoaks very soon.
I can see Ellie on Hollyoaks. She looks like a Hollyoaks character. Whinging
as usual.
Jade looks like a typical teenage girl from a sitcom, like the moody teenager in a sitcom. That's who she looks like.
Yeah, well, you said she looked like the actress from that Here We Go.
Yeah, Here We Go. She looks like the girl from there. So, you know, maybe Jade and Jessie are sisters.
Jessie James. We're obsessed.
Good work. So we've got the mission, which was later on.
Oh, we haven't talked about the Roundtable, really. Should we not talk about that first?
What else do you want to talk about? We said Ross is gone.
Well, Ross is gone, but look at the other people who got accused. Okay. Sam had Faraz and Matthew on his tail, saying that he's been approaching the Roundtable much more differently since the first Roundtable, since the mistake he made, and that he's being much more quiet. And it's a bit of a red flag that he's now kind of sitting back and then votes with the crowd when he was the one who was leading it to begin with. That's what Matthew and Faraz accused Sam of. Sam said that he was set back, he's listening because he knows he made a mistake the first time round. Maz got called out by Stephen, but because
that was desperate.
But this was the other thing. So we were having a go and moaning at Reese for not spotting that Stephen and Rachel were looking at the family tree, but Stephen did remember that Roxy and Maz had looked at the family tree, and he said, oh, you know, you were both at the family tree, and it was 15 minutes before midnight, so, you know, it was just before when you're meant to do it, when everyone had to go back to their rooms. And Maz has got an alibi there, because Roxy said, well, you don't think it's me, and I'm telling you there was no red fingerprints on that
Maz
picture.
went off with Roxy and then went to the kitchen, and there was no time when Maz was on his own. So Stephen trying to frame Maz in his naughty way didn't go very well, and then he had to look shocked and red-faced again and panicked. So he nearly had an out there. But not quite.
He to be fair to him though, that's a very quick thought that he had, and so I praise him for that one. Stephen did do very well to try to divert it. And he didn't
throw a traitor under the bus. He could have said,
no,
Reese, Rachel was hanging around with us, wasn't she? He could have done that, but he didn't, because they've got their little pact. So yeah.
And it's funny because Fiona's kind of none the wiser about this whole, like, how they ended up choosing them. So she can't really get involved with it. But Fiona did pipe up a few times around the round table. She went for Reese. So your theory about them, you know,
I know.
She did go for Reese because...
don't listen to any of my theories.
Because she said that she couldn't be sure that he wasn't a traitor, which is why she's now suspicious that he is a traitor.
But she picked him at the mission, and then he let her give away skulls, and it's like that just felt like it was a grandmother and grandson.
But then when Reese was because they were so they had to build a tower of 10 skulls, which was found by their partner to get them out of the cage, and because Reese knew that Fiona was just having a lovely time, she was on a picnic, wasn't she, to be honest?
It was scenic hike around
senile
Scotland.
I think is the word you're looking for, because I think she completely forgot what she was doing and just decided to go for a little hike around the
she's
hills.
still doing her secret traitor act, isn't she, where she rode the boat the wrong way around and then winked to the camera. She was doing that for some reason to poor Reese, because she wanted the option that Reese was up for murder.
Well, this is what I was thinking too. I think Fiona wanted Reese up for.
So forget my theory that they're related, because all of my other theories point towards that they're not.
There's still a throuple on the books though.
True.
I'll be up for that to be revealed. So poor old Fiona was encouraged by Reese to hand over the skulls that she'd found to the other teams and just let them kind of race it out to get to the fight, because there was only one space left and there was 3 teams still to try to fight for it. So Reese was like, Fiona, you're useless. You're not doing a very good job. He said it in a much kinder way. You might as well just give the skulls to everyone else. And that then hoisted the red flag by Jack, because Jack said, well, why would someone not want to get out of the cage if they're not a traitor? But then maybe they're being a good faithful and trying to win us money.
I know,
Jack's thought process was right there.
Jack's thought process is, you can't win.
No.
Basically, in this game, no matter what, if you're nice, you're a faithful. If you're nice, you're a traitor. If you're horrible, you're a faithful. If you're horrible, it's like, well, what's Reese meant to do? He's just in his little cage waiting, and he thought, Fiona's walking around in circles in a bog, lost their welly. I might as well just give other people a chance to get 1 or 2 skulls and get some money up.
Rachel slipped over, fell in the bog.
She had to save Amanda. I would too.
I would have had my hip out if that had been me. Honestly, if I slipped.
The games like this, where any of these could be murdered, like in sight like this, makes you realise what characters or contestants you like. Because there were moments where I was like, yes, get those 10 ones, and then someone else was getting 10. I was like, no, push them over. So that it goes to show like your favourites come out during this. And I have to say, I was willing Maz's tower to fall over, even though I love Maz, but it was against Amanda. So I was like, oh, there's my loyalties. They've been set on episode 4.
Well, when they were partnering each other up for the challenge, because everyone had to have a partner, but there was going to be one who couldn't have a partner, so they were automatically up for murder. In the end, it was between Maz and Sam, the two unpopular ones.
Oh, poor Sam. Is that the first time he's been picked last at school, do you think?
Well, no, Sam said he would. I saw Sam as quite a confident, like a very popular kid at school, but clearly Sam wasn't. Sam's grown in. He's like the ugly duckling. No, you're like the ones who used to make fun of the ugly one. He's grown into this beautiful man, and beautifully intelligent, but also beautiful in the eye. Yeah. Goodness me, I don't want to get in trouble. Best of both worlds. Like Hovis, he's the best of both. And he felt a bit.
He just had to watch.
He felt a bit hurt that he's there to watch, and actually that made me like Sam a little bit more. And it made me realise that Sam's actual mistake on the first episode or the first roundtable actually has really affected his game. Yeah. People have stopped listening. People have kind of moved away from him.
I don't think he's going to be able to recover from it, because when you lose, when you're picked last from a group of faithfuls, it's like, well, you're not going to be able to get through banishment tables. I don't think he's gonna it's gonna be easy if Stephen wants to pin on someone to save himself for another episode, go for Sam, because it's important. He doesn't get murdered.
It's important in this game, well, like all kind of games, is that you have people on your side, you have friends, you have alliances
to a degree,
for lack of a
but this early term. On to not be picked is not a good
it's a bit
good
sad
sign. Especially when Maz is picked before you.
Maz, if Maz has been picked before you, you're in a lot of trouble, because Maz is clearly on
and
the
James,
chopping
the one who
block.
annoys everyone. He was picked really quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, Harriet chose him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mummy to the rescue.
Mum saved him. Mum saved him.
Okay.
He reminds me of what's that show, Hungry Paul and all that lot. He reminds me of that a little bit. Like his mum's at home, like just kind of, and he just kind of squirrels around
Leonard
her.
and Hungry Paul.
Yeah, he reminds me of Hungry Paul.
Okay, I can see it. Strange reference there for everyone, but
I know
you can Google it, everyone.
Google it. I'm reading it at the moment, so that's why I know about it.
So Amanda's safe. Faraz is safe. Jack is safe. Jade is safe. James is safe. People who are not safe is Maz, Reese, and Sam. Stephen is also not safe, but he's a traitor, so he can't be murdered.
Thank you for doing that. So it was down to those 3.
And only Fiona and Rachel could decide who gets murdered, and they were trying to murder the correct person for Stephen's game.
Yes.
Which is getting very confusing.
Well, so these were the reasons then for why they would or wouldn't go for the people. Maz was a bit dangerous for Stephen, as he had voted for Maz at the round table. So that kind of points a finger. And if Rachel banged on so much about Ross being so obvious that it was almost like, because of her going on about that so much, it's now put the thought in everyone's mind that perhaps that same could be extended to Stephen's vote for Maz. Sam has been kind of very quiet and sat back and not really participating in the game, and so he could be dangerous because he could be coming up with theories, but he doesn't quite have that influence, as we mentioned. And Reese is almost so very faithful, considered by the group now, because he cried after the round table because he was so hurt and so scared, because he was one vote away from being voted off. Don't forget, Ross was voted out by 1 vote. Reese was the second one with 5 votes. Ross had 6, and so that kind of makes him a very almost too faithful now. And so if they don't murder him, he's definitely not going to get banished from the show. So
it was tricky. When it came to it, I did think, well, Reese and Sam have suspicion on them, so it kind of leaves you to have to murder Maz. But then Rachel said Stephen wants Maz in his game for some reason, and they want to help his game. So I don't know who they're going to murder. Sam? Do you think is going to be the one?
I think it's going to be between Sam and Reese. I think Maz is actually safe.
Good.
I think Maz again can go.
The BBC are glad
for the 3rd time. Well, yeah, because he's the only person of colour, isn't he?
Yeah,
Faraz.
This week, I mean, Traitors has been up in the ratings, so it's been on all the radios, all the news stories, but there's been lots of conversations about unconscious bias on reality TV shows, which we quite often we do joke about like it's always someone of colour who gets voted off first. We joke about it lightheartedly, as in it's so obvious and it keeps happening.
And we had noticed in the first episode when they were choosing whose graves it was, all but one of the people they chose were people of colour. So it kind of didn't start off well.
and Maz was always up for murder as an option. Then it was Judy and Nettie and Ross, and it's like, oh my god, please, the BBC are just panicking. It's like, but so maybe it will be Maz. And if it is, there's going to be more articles about it because lots of people have been talking about it. But it happens on all the shows. It's on Big Brother, Subject Me Out of Here, all of them.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Public voted.
It's always someone
of colour. Thing, and there's no reason to it.
Well, but apart from.
Well, yeah, obviously racism. Chestnut. But it's not like the contestants who go early aren't very good contestants because they're all normally all very good contestants.
But it's like you say, it's I'm not excusing it, but it's the reason people are calling it an unconscious bias is because people don't realise kind of that they're doing it. Yeah, but I'm not excusing it. Please don't take that, put that down as me saying, well, it's okay then, because it clearly is not okay. But yeah, so. I don't think it will be Maz, though, thankfully.
To lean on. BBC's future in peril.
I mean, they're in trouble. No, I think it's between Sam and Reese. I really do.
Okay.
And I think it might be Reese.
Well, I think it might be Sam. So that's interesting for us, isn't it?
Oh, so that's something to look forward to in the next episode. Yes.
To enjoy.
A little duff for everyone.
Lots of EastEnders references.
Get out of my pub there. So,
you can't get out the 90s, can you?
No, I can't.
It's like the 90s is your limit. 60s to 90s is your references.
That's because my life was so great, and then 2000 came, that millennium came, and it was just like, boom. Yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't too bad, actually.
Big Brother 1 came. Right, so everyone, if you want to get in touch with us, you can before tomorrow's episode. How can you do so?
So go to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there's got our links to our social media where you can get in touch with us directly, but you can also comment on our posts. You can also comment underneath the videos on YouTube and Spotify, and you can listen to us if you prefer, just going on a little stroll with your dog.
Lots of people do.
Which you do.
Apparently.
And I'd rather you listened and not stared at your phone because you might fall over. And
we haven't got a message in a while where the people say, I put you on to fall asleep to. So is that an improvement or not? I don't know. I mean, although there's a big market for it.
Yeah, well, there's a huge market. Do you know there's a thing on Spotify now where it's a podcast where people just read out history?
It's made for you to listen to
for you to listen to while you fall asleep. So I guess you're consciously learning. It's in
our future. We can always branch out.
I mean, if you want
late night with Ben and Alex.
If you want a late night, there's channels on YouTube.
Tones.
They do them, don't they? They do late night channels now.
We'll read a book from behind us on the shelf. Not that you can see the shelf much.
We just talk, but we talk really quietly like this.
Okay.
Ben.
What?
No, okay, ruined. But anyway, yeah. So
wake up.
Get up. It's 6 o'clock. You got work. So if you, get in touch with us on there, and if you do follow us, please don't forget to subscribe if you're following us on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts or any of your favorite podcast
subscribers on YouTube.
Loads of new subscribers on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who started following us and subscribing. It's lovely to know that you guys are enjoying the show as much as we enjoy making it for you. And as I say, all your comments are all read. They may not all be replied to, but they are all read, and we enjoy reading them. And you know what? I love a little chuckle. In my morning, I open up my laptop. Even the one that said they listened to us, found us annoying, and told us to bore off. We even read that one. I loved that one. That was one of my favourites. I'm sure it was signed off Tracy Beaker, bog off. And yeah,
funny how that came after we fired Charlie, the producer.
I mean, it did have
the hate comments come.
Since we got rid of him. Do you reckon it's the cat community going against us? I'm not surprised. Maybe. And if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a one-off £5 or monthly £5 donation. It's very much loved by us if you do, and if you give us a comment attached to that, then we guarantee to read that out as well.
Here they all come to chat a load of bollocks.
Right, so we will see you again tomorrow, everyone, for the next episode.
Oh, do you know what we need to do the next episode? We also need to do Fiona's fact file because she's a traitor
now. Ross's.
And Ross. We didn't do Ross's fact file.
Ross is a personal trainer and his girlfriend is Ellie, and he went on holiday once with her. And he was also voted the third most something. 5th ranked muscle model in Europe, though he believes, quote, just really lucky.
There you go. So right at the end of the show, genetics. No one's heard it, and
yeah, they have.
Now we've done Ross's fact file. We'll do Fiona's tomorrow.
Goodbye.